Never seen Freddy Krueger either. Probably should sometime. Nightmare on Elm Street? Yeah, you should. Watch the first one. The first one, like... I mean, I would say the... Nightmare on Elm Street is just as inconsistent as Friday the 13th. Like, the way Freddy comes back and the way you defeat him is always different. But I would say the original trilogy of Nightmare on Elm Street is pretty solid, and then afterwards it all goes whack. But there's also the one Nightmare on Elm Street movie where the actors of the original first movie. It's a movie about the actors living their life, and then Freddy, as a character, Freddy shows up in their life. Like, they basically like, oh yeah, we played the characters on Nightmare on Elm Street, and then like the killer from Nightmare on Elm Street actually shows up in their life, which is like really weird for them to experience. That one is interesting. The remake takes away a bit of the silliness, because Freddy as a killer is supposed to be like, he's supposed to have a bit more, supposed to be like, it's scary what he can do, but he's also having fun, and that's part of who Freddy is. He's like this goofball, right? I mean, the fact that he goes calling people bitch has become like a staple only like later on down the line, but even in the first movie, he was always a bit of a silly guy. I mean, he's acting silly because he knows he can get away with it. Because like, no matter what you do, if you die in your dream, you die for real. Okay. Well, speaking of Freddy, new skin. Freddy's skin got fucked up after what happened to him. So, coincidentally, also new skin sounds like a continuation from the last number 7 that we had that yesterday with the guy that that skinned himself. I have something running out. I might have to leave soon. No problem. We're almost at the end. Hopefully the last 2 ones are not too long for myself. Each SCP-1707 colony is to be kept in a monitored containment cell under biosafety level 3 condition. A minimum of 2 mature and stable colonies hosted by domesticated pigs, sus domesticus, are to be retained at all times. At least 1 additional colony is to be maintained for the purpose of experimentation. Humans are not to be used to host SCP-1707 colonies without the approval of both the senior researcher and the site director. In the event of a containment breach by an unhosted colony, all personnel save the duty biothreat recontainment team are to evacuate the area. A suitable host organism is to be used by the duty team to lure the colony back into containment. If a hosted colony breaches containment, standard protocols for the host species shall be in effect. Under no circumstances are any SCP-1707 colonies to be terminated without explicit written approval from senior researcher. SCP-1707 is a type of collective organism composed of a mass of creatures individually designated -8 that resemble various different annelids and helminths. In particular, all -8 specimens are between 5 and 30 mm in length and possess distinctive mouthparts. See attached image. Where's the attached image, huh? What did it... In isolation, SCP-1707 forms a flattened mass up to approximately 45 cm thick. A colony in this state will conserve movement until it detects a suitable host, at which time it will begin to move at up to 0.5 meters per second towards its target. So half a meter per second. That's pretty fast. I mean, I can outrun it, but it's still pretty fast. Research has shown detection range to be a function of size target. research has shown detection range to be a function of size of target with a maximum effective range of approximately 700 meters. SCP-1707 colonies consistently prefer sapient target studies to understand those mechanisms are ongoing. The first few -8 to contact the host epidermis will administer a fast-acting paralytic agent via the mouthparts. Human hosts report that this agent rapidly and totally inhibits voluntary movement for a period of time for at least 15 minutes. That there is no associated anesthetic effect. Each -8 creature will then seek out epidermal tissue to burrow through and consume before anchoring themselves into the host dermal layer. Howard, there's one thing I hate. There's like 2 things on this planet I fucking despise. And they're like, they're animal-like. They're animals. There are 2 things I fucking despise. And this reminded me of that just now. Number 2 is this like thick worm that like spits out this like net-like tongue. And the tongue is like almost looks like snot, right? That's number 2. I hate that. I hate how it looks. I hate how it spits that shit out. I hope I never ever get to feel any of that on my body. And number 1 thing that I absolutely despise are botflies. I watched PewDiePie many years ago react to like trypophobia content, and then one of them was a dog, and the entire lower body of the dog was infected with botflies, like botfly larvae. So you just see the fucking veterinary just squeezing the skin and just little like larva eggs just popping out of the dog's body. The entire lower body was infected by that. And ever since I found out that botflies are a thing that exists, that they basically just burrow into flesh and then just plant eggs in it, and then the eggs just feast on you and grow inside you and then just plop out. I hate those motherfuckers. And there's even SCP here called botflies, and I had an uncomfortable time reading that because I constantly reminded myself of the actual botflies. Of course, the botflies here work differently. But yeah, like that's. And I also hate mosquitoes because I always get bitten by mosquitoes whenever I go to Ibiza. And my mom always gets like left alone, so I hate mosquitoes. Number 3, and even though I have to deal with mosquitoes much more often than the other 2 things, botflies. If I could find a way to gather every single botfly and also every single mosquito and those worm things, and somehow like telekinetically gather them all up into a giant ball and send them into the sun, oh my god, I would. I would just get rid of them from Earth, because those things I do not like. I hate these worm parasites that eat into a snail and take over its nervous system. Parasites in general. There's also that one parasite that replaces the tongues of a fish's mouth and fucking eats its way out of the eye stalk of the snail. Oh my god. Why do parasites exist? Each -8 creature will then seek out the rest of the colony will follow suit, consuming approximately 20 centimeters squared of skin per second until the target's entire epidermal layer has been replaced by a dense covering of SCP-1707. This process may only be interrupted by destruction of unattached portion of the colony, and it's just thrust in and out of the eye, imitating worms so birds eat them. Oh no. Ugh. Parasites, man, the fucking like burn them all. Burn them all. When established on a host, SCP-1707 demonstrates no anomalous secondary effects. For the host, secondary physical effects of increased nutrition requirement and higher chance of a transdermal infection manifest as expected. These factors tend to lead to the host lifespan being comparatively short. Under controlled conditions, however, hosted SCP-1707 colonies can be kept alive and healthy for an extended period. I think that's also the reason why John Carpenter's The Thing is like scary for me. Because it's technically a space parasite. And since I already hate parasites to begin with, the fact that that there's a space parasite that just imitates you and then can like morph into like some gooey organ mess is like, yeah, I think that's the reason why like John Carpenter's The Thing works so well as a horror movie, because I'm like, parasites alone is already like freaky enough, and then you add a parasite from outer space that fucks with you. Then you're like, yeah, okay, great. Upon the death of a host, SCP-1707 enters its reproductive phase, rapidly consuming soft tissues of their corpse. During this stage, individual -A specimens will reproduce in a manner similar to that of known species they resemble, albeit at a greatly accelerated rate. The whole process leads to the colony roughly tripling its size. As such, a new iteration is capable of attaching itself to larger host organisms. At the time of writing, several infestations are maintained. This SCP is going to end up very high on the list, by the way. Because like there are SCPs that I put high on the list because I really enjoy reading them, and there are SCPs I really put high on the list because I really had a uncomfortable time. But in a good way. Uncomfortable in a good way. I'll be like, oh god, I will not forget this. You want to tell me there's an SCP about colonies of insects that just decide to like fucking like search you down and just cover your whole body to grow bigger in size? Ugh. At the time of writing, several infestations are maintained. -0 and -1, 2 domestic pigs. -2, 1 white-tailed deer. -3, 1 Cape buffalo. -4, 1 Norwegian rat. -5, 1 human, formerly agent infested by SCP-1707 during initial discovery and containment. -6, that's a Roman number for 24, I believe. 1 human D-class infested subsequent to containment. There's no known way to cure or mitigate an SCP-1707 infestation. Any attempts at forced removal result in the death of the host within 5 hours regardless of medical treatment. The reasons for these are subject of ongoing study. For more details, see document 6-E experiments 1 through 23. Note, due to the psychological effect of SCP-1707 infestation on a human host, any such hosts are to be continuously monitored to reduce the chance of unauthorized termination. Ethics Committee, level 3 and above only. Oh my god, this is a long one. Select the excerpts of -5 post-containment interviews. Okay, so we have time since infestation 1 day. Researcher P. Damasio. While still a field agent research, Damasio served as a team leader and agent. MTF Theta 90 Angel Grinders. No, Angle Grinders, that's what it is, not Angel. For a period of 5 years. Okay, so hey. It's Paul. Can you hear me? This one working? Yeah, I can hear you. So what happened? I had to come right over here. They won't fucking let me in though. You know how it is. Appreciate it, man. How do you feel? Oh, for several seconds, like I'm covered in freaking worms. Seriously, man, how do you feel? I can't feel much on like where my skin used to be, kinda numb. How come I can still talk? They're not on my lips or nothing. They mostly left your mouth alone. We don't know why yet. Maybe because it's a different skin. Why don't they get squished? Sorry, man. What? Like the ones on my back and shit. They don't get squished from laying on them. Well, I don't know. I guess that's what we have to find out, right? Only for several seconds. Polly. Yeah. Why don't they get squished? This is oof. This should be higher rated than this. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting like, just because like maybe because again it's parasites. So I'm getting like, yeah, you know, I'm getting a bit of a bit of the shakes, a bit of the shivers. Number 2, time infestation 1 week. Dr. M. Xiao. Man's asking some real questions here. Why don't they get squished? Agent, this is Dr. Mei Xiao from the Biocon Analysis Group. Sure you're in Jenny from the blog? Several seconds of agent laughter. Sorry, agent. I'm afraid not. I bet you got some questions for me, huh? Now I turned into my very own skip. Well, I do have some questions, but you should know that we haven't classified you personally as an SCP object. I knew that already. Know why? I can read your mind now, thanks to this shit. Can you tell me? Jeez, I'm just screwing with you. Several seconds of agent laughter. Oh, jeez. Okay, Doc, fire away. Okay, let's start with simple things. How is the temperature in here? Do you feel cold or warm right now? It's kinda. So I mean, I can feel that, but it's all numbed. I don't get it, cause when they got me, it sure as hell wasn't numbed then. Can you feel? I mean, do you still have sense of touch? Kinda. Same thing, it's numb, but I can still sort of feel something. I don't even feel anything much when I lie or walk on them. So when are you gonna get those things off of me anyway? Polly told me you were gonna work it out with some D's. Well, we're getting there. We need more time to understand how to remove the infestation safely. I'm sorry it's not as fast as we'd like. No audio for several seconds. Yeah, well, yeah, you just keep trying though. You keep trying. Time since investigation 2 weeks now. Researcher P. Damasio, and that's Polly, right? Yeah, that's the same guy again. So I mean, it's been nice to get a freaking real bed in here, even though I can't really feel much of a difference. Glad you like it. I told them to give you a king size for your fat ass, but they wouldn't. Huh? Should be a lot fatter. How do you mean? You know how much you got to eat now? Something like, or calories a day, right? Researcher designed agent nutrition regimen. You know how much that is. A few days worth of fueled rations. It's a fucking ton. It's a fucking ton of food. Even with all the high calorie shit that got me eating. Yeah, I guess it's cause of the skip. No shit, genius. They figured out a way to get the shit off me yet. Not yet, man. Sorry. How many D's they gone through? I don't know. Yeah, fucking bet you don't. Don't shit me, Polly. I know your ass. Seriously. I got no input into that. At this time, researcher was acting project lead of Experiment Series -6E. Oh, so he has all the input in that. Whatever you say, man. 1 month, Dr. M. Xiao. Agent? Agent? Are you awake? Oh, for several seconds. Let the record show that Agent appears to be asleep. This is the 3rd interview attempt in which he has. You know why I pretend to be fucking asleep? Because and I don't know, wait, yeah, my mind's fucking breaking apart. Because, and I don't know if you Nobel Prize winners notice this, but fucking look at me. And you assholes keep wanting to fuck me with me, but it's as fucking simple as this. I got this shit instead of fucking skin. There's no other shit going on around here. How come you fucking geniuses can't figure that out? How come you can't just fucking take the shit off me and put some skin from some D-class on me or fucking whatever? Well, first we have to make sure there are no secondary effects, and yeah, well, how about this fucking secondary effect? I'm a fucking freak. 6 months. God, they are. They're lucky that this guy doesn't get super strength from getting eaten by parasites, because he would have broken through and killed them by now. 6 months later. Skip. 1707-5. What? That's me, right? That's me now, right? That's me. ECP SC easy peasy. SCP 17075. I heard some asshole call me that the other day when they left the comm open on accident. Bullshit, you field agent from the fucking grinders. I don't give a fuck what those assholes think. Research was responsible for the classification of SCP-1707 and subsequent designation of the experiment. He's the master is trying so hard to be like, dude, it's not my fault, even though it's all his fault. It's him making it. So what are 1, 2, 3, and 4? Oh, a bunch of animals. Listen, we need. Damn, got fact checked by a fucking footnote. Yeah, the footnotes are like he's like, I didn't do it. The footnotes are like, he did do it. Like, if they could break the fourth wall, that's when the agent would be like, motherfucker. Let me tell you something, Polly, and it's what I need. And what I need is for that fucking magical miracle fucking cure you assholes are working on to actually come true in one of these fucking days. Except that's never going to happen because 6 months like this, and you're probably alive, alright? Right? Sucking this fucking cell forever, right? Being fucking study, long-term study. Don't even shit me. Don't even try to shit me. I know how we fucking do things around here. How many D classes? Listen, it's... How many D classes? How many of them do we get in here with this shit on? Why do we gotta keep me around? Come on, man. I told you this last time. I ain't got a way to remove it yet without killing you. Yeah, I remember. Oh, come on, that ain't the... I remember you. Yeah? Yeah, maybe that's because the fucking... You remember wasn't a fucking skip. Maybe because I never used to be a fucking freak. Get the fuck out of here. Stop bullshitting me. Get the fuck out. At this point, agent picks up the chair from his cell and attempts to strike researcher Demasio. Security rushing the cell. Researcher Demasio exits the cell. Yeah, you better fucking hurry up. 7 years. You know those moments when like you in a business situation and you get to hear somebody talk about the bullshit they have to go through to like get something simply done, and you get angry for their sake because you're just like you just can't believe that they had to go through that. That's what I'm feeling for this agent right now. I'm like, I cannot believe they kept him for 7 years and have like yeah, it's fuck. 7 years. Literary time skip still hit hard as fuck, yeah. Dr. M. Xiao again. Okay. Okay, well, it is now -5. This is Dr. Xiao. Can you hear me? No audio for approximately 30 seconds. I'm not going to be here for long. I just have a few short questions. No audio for several seconds. Muffled, indistinct vocalization. First of all, have you noticed any change in sensation over the last 6 months? No audio for approximately 30 seconds. -5? No, for approximately 30 seconds. Okay, have you experienced other effects of SCP-1707? Any other symptoms at all? Indistinct, unintelligible. I'm sorry, what was that? No, only for approximately 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, this interview is concluded at 15:44 local time on 2000. The next interview will be in 4. Where's Polly? No, only for several seconds. I want Polly. He transferred out. He transferred out 3 years ago. No, for approximately 2 minutes. Interview is concluded. What an absolute asshole. He got transferred out. He just ditched him. Oh yeah, no, this new skin. Definitely high up. Cause that shit is unbelievable. I can't believe. Might be the last one for me now, man. Good luck with the last 2 SCP. Congrats again on the milestone, but yeah, this one is pretty fucked. Thanks, bro. I'll power through. I've been powering through hundreds of Sundays where I feel like this. So I'll be fine.